everyone, it's Erin Ashley Simon.
This is Brandon Killabh Hall.
And welcome to another episode of Grassroots Podcast, where it's not just about the past or the future, it's also about the present. Today we actually have a lot of interesting topics to discuss.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, so a lot of serious, non-serious, crappy stuff going on. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the Super Bowl. That's all I want.
Well, luckily I haven't watched it. I've been standing proud. Well, kneeling proud. I'm kneeling proud. I'm kneeling proud. I have not watched any football. Yo, you know how painful it is? / not painful because I'm a Giants fan.
It would have been painful for me. My team's in the Super Bowl, so that shit would hurt me.
Here you go.
That shit would hurt.
It would hurt. It would hurt. Everyone said you was off your meds. It was like, yo, what's going on with Erin? Go to Instagram, and sure enough, Erin about to flip out the bed and shit. They're going to the Super Bowl. Oh, man,
listen. It's not being off my meds. It's me being hyped. It's been over a decade since we've been able to get to this point again, and it is a rematch with the Patriots. So, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy that we're progressing. That's all that matters. Progress, people. Progress.
Speaking of progress, did you watch the Jay-Z interview?
Yes. With Van Jones?
Yes.
No, because it's not about money at the end of the day. Money doesn't equate to like happiness. It doesn't. That's not missing the whole point.
Yes.
Brilliantly done, by the way. I think classy. Very, very classy.
Yeah. Which
I didn't expect anything less than that, but very, very classy. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? What do you think about a lot of the things that Jay-Z brought up? How do you think Van did as far as from a conducting aspect of the overall interview?
I mean, I think Van Jones, kind of like us, like he did play devil's advocate at one point. So like, for example, when he was saying like, if someone like Trump is putting money in your pockets, like, does it matter basically like what he says or anything like that? And Jay-Z was like, no, that's not how it is. Like, just because you have money doesn't mean that you're going to be happy in the sense. And I think that how he went about addressing certain topics, I think was important. Like, for example, when he discussed how Donald Trump was mentioning like, basically like these people are the lowest of the low and despicable and all that crazy nonsense. And he was just basically saying like, we've been hearing this stuff. Yeah. We've been through this stuff. It's the people that have been behind the closed doors are now coming out and speaking up. Like the same thing happened with Sterling. One of the NBA owners, NBA team owners. So I think he was addressing things from the point of view of like, this has been happening. We've already been seeing this stuff, hearing this stuff. It's just those people that have been hiding are now coming out and revealing those things.
Yeah. I think he also did a great job of speaking in the sentiment of people in the sense of it's like a mixed emotion, right? So you have, it's hurtful. It's hurtful about, the way you said these things, how, cavalierly you talked about a whole country, the way that you did. But then it's like, okay, but it's been happening. I'm not surprised. This is you. It's more shocking though, and it's cumbersome to think that damn, like the president of the free world really speaks like this, and no one is really doing anything about it. But I mean, I don't know what you can do. But it's still one of those things where you deal with it on a regular basis, and now it's a shame because you feel numb to it in a sense because you expect it, and you shouldn't expect that from someone that's supposed to set the example for Americans and just people. I think that is something that we're gonna have to worry about for quite some time.
I also like how he addressed like you gotta treat people like human beings. Like at the end of the day, like that's the most important thing. Like doesn't matter like how much money you put in their pockets or anything like that. You gotta treat them like human beings. So I really like that aspect because like everything that's going on now, there's so much news, like horrible news about people disrespecting, assaulting, and treating humans like piece of meat, like they're replaceable. Like, it just is crazy. And at the end of the day, we just gotta treat each other with that human decency and respect. And I also like how he is speaking out more. I think when sometimes when there's some people that are like, oh, you know what? Know your place. Don't talk about politics. Don't put politics in this, that, and the third. Well, politics has always been a part of hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, it's always been, with Grandmaster Flash.
You done fucked up now!
Well, excuse me, Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, word. Don't fuck that up. Don't fuck that up.
Guys, listen, I'm tired. Grandmaster Flash, NWA, even have Ice Cube. Keeps going on and on.
The list goes on and on. I think the reason why now it's a little bit more prominent is because you have some of the it's in the forefront, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that are happening now are happening more frequently. You have people like Jay-Z, Killer Mike, T.I. You have people that now feel like, all right, I have to use my platform to fix this. I have to make sure that I use my voice in the struggle, because now it's not just affecting black folks as a community. It's affecting everyone when you're a U.S. citizen or just an American. You know what I mean? Like you're now faced with the task of having to deal with just certain injustices or certain things that happen on a daily basis that shouldn't be happening, or your rights are being manipulated or taken away from you. And I think that now more than ever, I think it's great that you have people like Jay-Z and Killer Mike and all these people trying to set the tone for what should and or should not happen. I think it's great. It's the perfect time.
And also, like, it's the perfect time too, because hip hop is at the forefront right now. It is like one of the most popular genres now. It's one of the most highly streamed genres now. It's basically the culture. Hip hop is culture, and it's driving everything. And I think that now that it's kind of expanding beyond music and going into politics and being associated with that even more now, I think it's great, especially considering, like, I've seen people say, like, hip hop is trash now and this is that and the third. And okay, from like a musical standpoint, I can kind of see that. But then also hip hop is so expressive. And I can say that it's more expressive than it's been in the past, because now hip hop, when you think of hip hop, it typically will have like this one lane or like a certain kind of categorized format, like conscious rap and not conscious rap. Now you got rock hip hop, you got hip hop with more pop, like it's just a whole like there's more expression. And I think like more expression leading to this genre is leading to more expression outside of music when it comes to politics, when it comes to situations about accepting LGBT community more in hip hop. It goes into discussing more about mental health in hip hop. I think now is more a great opportunity, especially with how the music is for us and artists and just people, to further discuss topics that are typically taboo and that needs to be addressed, because now there are artists that would be considered taboo in hip hop, but they're, it's so expressive now.
I also think too, and I think a lot of credit has to go to the Obama administration. The reason why I say that is because they did a great job of bringing in people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, artists that were really impactful to the culture. Yeah. And welcoming them into the White House in a sense, and kind of bringing them, making them a part of overall culture, U.S. culture. And I think it shined a different light on artists, I think, at one point, where, you had political people coming in, on big, huge conversations. And then you have, let's say like a Jay-Z making reference or speaking up for a whole genre of people. And I think it was a good job that was done there. I'm curious though, right? So Hov gave a lot of his thoughts on, again, the whole Donald Trump thing and the comments that were made and stuff like that. Yeah. Why do you think Trump had a reaction to Hov's stance versus Eminem's?
I think on cue, that was my dog. Word. You heard that?
Where my dog's
at? He's like, arr.
What?
I trained him well. I just think that the way that, okay, so for those who don't know, Eminem.
Oh yeah, let's give some
backtrack.
Backstory. My fault. Let's give some backstory.
So in a recent interview, Eminem once again addressed Donald Trump in a Billboard interview, basically saying that a fucking turd would have been better as a president than Donald Trump. And then continuing on saying, at the end of the day, if I do lose half my fan base, then so be it, because I feel like I stood up for what was right and I'm on the right side of this. And continue on, basically saying like a lot of shit is said in jest, it's tongue in cheek to get a reaction out of people, etc. So there's several reasons why I think Donald Trump addressed Jay-Z. One, I think with Donald Trump, Eminem's response is more so of just like, it's just kind of like saying like you're a jerk, you know, or like you're an asshole. That doesn't really affect Donald Trump. What does affect Donald Trump is when you challenge his intellect. Yeah. When Jay-Z and the things that he was saying had more, I believe, had more substance and was really challenging not only Donald Trump's work, but also his intelligence. And he has such a big ego. If you hit his pride, his work, or his intelligence, that's when he responds.
Yeah, I agree. I think the manner in which it was done, I think the platform in which it was done, first off, I think you have to factor in CNN. Donald Trump hates CNN. He's made that very public. He despises them. He often takes pot shots at them whenever he can, which sometimes I will say I enjoy because I think it's super petty. But nevertheless, he obviously feels the way. So I think it being on this network, I think giving Jay-Z this platform, and I think giving Hov the platform where he was able to articulate himself well enough to, point out some valid things and some valid dislikes as far as him. He even spoke about Trump's lineage. He really feels like something happened to him that is now affecting him as an adult, and you're seeing these comments being made now, and I think that that's a great point. I think that something did happen. I do agree with your point though as well. I think I applaud Eminem for his stance and his fight, and even sacrificing his fans, because that's a huge
important
risk.
As an artist.
Yeah, you know what I mean. As an artist, you want to identify and connect with your fans as best as possible. I just don't think it was done in the most mature way. I think I think he could have done a better job of really saying his sentiment versus like saying I don't know, like I say something bad about you and you say, all right, your mother. It's like, fam, word, like all right, I'm done with you. So I think that's why it was dismissed. I think even down to M going at Trump during the BET cipher and everything else. I think that's partly the reason why Trump has never really addressed it, because he doesn't see it as an even playing field. He's like, that's just music. I don't have to worry about it. This is real political talk at this point.
And if you think about it, if you watch BET, that's people who are Trump fans are not watching that. Yeah. So he doesn't care. It's when the content can be possibly seen by his advocacy groups or people that support him. If they're able to see that, which is on CNN, which obviously means that Fox is going to be showing that and vice versa and etc., that's when he'll react. But if you're putting something on BET, which is a black entertainment television, and, I highly doubt some demographics really watching that, he's not going to respond.
I doubt
he's
that.
not.
I just wonder what will happen. I really just want more influential people to kind of step up. I think, like, I like what's happening. I like I said, all the people that we've named early on in this segment. I want more people to get involved. I think the more people get involved, the more other people get involved, and then we can really kind of at least make a dent. I don't think it'll ever be fixed. I don't think it'll ever cease to exist. But I do think starting to point out the chink in this administration will help a little bit, I think.
So, I mean, kind of with your comment, I say yes, but then I also say no. Just because like when there's too many chefs in the kitchen, sometimes things aren't done correctly or properly. I feel like it would be important to have everyone involved, but there should be one individual that could help be at the forefront of this conversation and kind of lead it. You know, I think right now we don't have that specific person. We really don't. And I think everyone's talking, and that's great, but the conversation is not really going anywhere. There's not someone who's consistently being at the forefront and pushing it.
Yeah, I agree.
So hopefully, hopefully things get better. I just feel like we're living in a VH1 reality TV show. Like Mona Scott better turn this into something. I'm telling you right now.
Well, shit. Speaking of drama,
Real Housewives of Politicians.
Listen, well, I don't want to say that. It's probably disrespectful. I'll say Real Artists of Philadelphia. Speak about Meek Mill and just drama happening there. I mean, for those that don't know, again, well, I guess everyone should know, but let's say you don't know. Meek Mill was arrested, harshly given a sentence, 2 to 4 years for probation violation, I believe it was. Some new stuff has come to light.
Yep.
With his situation.
More crazy ass stuff.
Yeah. So apparently, it just was released that Meek Mill, while incarcerated, was slipped a note from the judge that
court clerk
court clerk, I should say. But was slipped a note pretty much saying that they were looking for money for their kids' tuition and wanted Meek Mill to pay this.
I need to slip him a note too.
Word. If it was
my
that
student
easy,
loans, Meek.
I got mad bills. Can I slip a note?
Meek, I'll get you out. Just get these student loans out.
Word. Shit. Talking to Sally Mae. God damn. But
it's crazy though.
It's crazy.
I feel bad for him. I really do. That shit's getting crazier because like now it's like you had the judge allegedly ask him to do a rendition of a song, and he said absolutely not. And then also to fire Rock Nation, I guess as part of his management, and he was like absolutely no. And then to have like a local promoter manage him. But then the interesting thing was in the article they said that the local promoter didn't know the judge who said that. So it's like I don't know. It's crazy.
I don't know. I just feel like more and more is coming out with this case with him, the people that are handling him. My thing is though, why does this letter come out now? Like why now? I wonder if his camp had it and they were waiting. I wonder if they just got this note and now are trying to bring light that, hey, maybe there is some fuck shit happening to our artist, and now this is something that you guys can see that this is a legitimate issue that's happening, that he is being targeted. I also wonder if maybe it just happened, or maybe someone slipped that note purposely just so they could point out a flaw in the judicial system for him. That note may be just complete bullshit, but they just don't like what was happening with his case.
Yeah, I mean, they even said the woman did tell TMZ she did indeed slip Meek Mill the note during the hearing and added that the judge didn't know about it. And she says that, since Meek's from Philly, she thought he might do her a solid. Woman, if I'm about to go to jail, you think I'm going to be paying for your college son's tuition? Are you kidding me?
Yo, do me a solid.
Yo, this is some messed up. And then let's here it is. This is the best part. When you say don't take offense, usually that's going to mean you're going to offend that person.
You're going to offend someone. You're going to offend.
My name is Wanda, and I hope that you don't take offense to this letter or my request, but I had to take this opportunity for my son. As a fan of the arts, I'm praying that you'll be able to help my son. Please feel free to contact me with any questions. It will be my son's last semester at VCU if the tuition isn't paid for this year, and unfortunately, with my bad credit, I am unable to secure a loan or co-sign a loan for my son. Anything that you can do is very much appreciated. It's every parent's hope to provide the best for their children. Unfortunately, I'm unable to fully financially support Marcel's dream of going to college. It takes a village.
Oh my God.
All caps, it takes a village. What? Every little help. Everything, every little helps. Wow, that is not proper grammar.
Not proper grammar.
Please donate what you can to keep him attending VCU. Thank you.
Hold on.
Yo, she put that on caps.
Hold on. It takes a village. You referenced that, my nigga. Hold on. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
Yo, this is the perfect situation where
man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's
wild.
Oh my God. That's like
if I'm Meek, I'm dissing her as soon as I get out.
Yo, that freaking reminds me of that video clip where Swaggy P shot and he turned around, put his hands up, and that ball went out the hoop. It takes a village.
Oh man.
Yo, that is oh my gosh. I can't believe it. And like that's just the icing on the cake. And then the judge is under fire because allegedly, like I said, she asked Meek Mill to, of all songs, to re-record a Boyz II Men song and include a shout out to her. And then try to strong arm Meek to fire Rock Nation manager and hire Charlie Mack, and apparently the judge or someone said, no, the Meek's lawyer said it was a friend of the judge, and Mack denies. And this is like, you know what? But this is some Philly shit. I can't lie. Yo, this is definitely some Philly.
Crazy.
Yo, man. I don't know what it is. I've had so many experience in Philly. Like, Philly has some, like, I love Philly. I'm from that area. But there's some snaky ass people down there. Like, this is definitely some Philly stuff. I cannot lie. This is some crazy Philly stuff.
I had a great time when I was in Philly. I hung out with Donovan McNabb. He was very nice to me. I've never seen no fuck shit like this ever in my life.
Oh man,
this is wild.
I've seen it. I've heard crazy things. Like, oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie. That letter goes. Yeah, that letter goes in the Hall of Fame of Shoot Your Shots. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's a wild shot.
Yo, she went at it. She's like, yo, although you're going to jail, I'm just gonna, whatever money you got.
I think this is the perfect opportunity as you're serving 2 to 4 years for me to ask for money after you've paid your legal fees and been targeted by the judge and the judicial system, that you give me money for my son. This is the best opportunity possible. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Absolutely not.
Good luck with that. Man, but
she might as well gone to a Meek Mill concert and done that.
Word. Listen, I mean, I know we letting the jokes fly, but all jokes aside, man, I do feel bad for Meek. I really, really do. I think it's evident that he's being targeted.
Yeah.
Which he obviously would be because he's an artist, but I just think this is just a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I really hope that by this letter coming out that maybe something happens, that they really do a deep dive into how this case was handled, how they keep having these mishaps and it keeps getting swept under the rug.
Yeah.
I want them to kind of dive into this. And maybe there's nothing there. Maybe there's nothing they can do now since the sentence has already been passed. But
still feels
something
weird.
Gotta happen,
Still
man. Yeah,
feels weird.
This whole story is just getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah,
it's not making sense. It's not making sense to me. So
I don't know. Yeah, it's just definitely not making sense. I just like, you cannot, like, part of me is like, this is crazy, but then part of me is like, yo, this is some crazy stuff for you to make up, like, on the fly. Like, I would never think of, someone asked Meek Mill to do his own version of Boyz II Men and then shout me out. Like, that's not something that I would instantly, like, make up on the spot. Like, that just sounds crazy, but it's crazy, but it's believable and crazy. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing.
Wild.
The thing is that you almost gotta believe him because the requests are so outlandish.
Yeah,
that it's like,
what?
fam, you're not gonna take the chance and say some dumb shit like that and you be wrong or not have some proof to back yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel bad. I really hope that something good happens out of this whole situation.
I do too.
Move out of Philly, man. I ain't gonna lie, something. Something, cause damn, that's crazy.
This up. Philly's already known for having crazy fans and everything. Like, come on.
It's terrible.
We gotta get this stuff together. But I do hope everything works out for me. I really do hope that. It just, like I said, this trial it just seems off. Like, there's just something that just seems off with it, Mm-hmm. But, it seems off too. That long-ass Migos Culture 2 song album. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I can't lie.
So
I couldn't get through it.
You're not listening to all 24 of those?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I could not get through it.
I listened to a few while we sat here. That's a lot of music.
It's a lot, and it just feels like some of it sounds like the same stuff over. Like, I can understand if you like switch it up a little bit, but like I was just like, this is too much. Can you just give me like 4 Migos songs and I'm good with that? Give me 4 or 5.
Well, that's the thing. I think the new thing now is putting out mad records. Chris Brown's doing it, and now
I didn't listen to that either.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That Chris Brown album is fire.
I'm sure it was fire, but it was too long. I did not have time to sit down through that.
Listen, let me tell you something here. That is a body of work. That Chris Brown album, amazing.
I just had my friends tell me the best singles, and I just went for those singles.
Shady.
That's not shady. It's called efficient.
It's called efficient. I'm done with you. I think the reason why they do that though, and I don't have any proof on this, but I really feel like it puts them in a different bracket, I believe. Yeah. I was having a conversation with someone, I can't remember, so maybe I have to elaborate it on it at a different time. But I think when you put out a certain body of work from a track perspective, that it puts you in a different bracket, which then opens up the door for you to be able to receive, Grammys and go platinum, things of that nature. Yeah. I believe, and I could be totally wrong, but I remember just having, I'm gonna figure out who I was speaking to and kind of give you guys that information. But I think that's the reason why they do it. I also, I think I figured out why. You remember, and this is totally off subject. You remember when Kanye put out Life of Pablo and there was so many records on there, then he took them off, then put them on, then edited. I think he also did that just for streaming. I think he kept changing and editing the records and the playlist and the actual chronological order of Pablo, because it kept the body of work relevant, and I think it also kept you going back. Mm-hmm. He had like 3 versions of the same record, switched out 3 times, but because of that, I think it just kept people going to that Life of Pablo. I think that has something to do with streaming and numbers and being able to kind of get around or fluctuate or something. I just can't figure it out. But I think that's what this whole Migos thing is as well. I
also have another idea when it comes to that. I think also, if you think about it, when it comes to music, we are in the world of personal customizations and playlists. Mm-hmm. So I think that giving 24 singles for an album allows for you to be like, okay, there's different sounds, different vibes, or whatever for all these different singles. So you're going to pick the best ones that you want and you put into your own personal playlist, or Spotify puts certain songs in their playlist, and then you kind of like vibe out to those singles. And when you have your own playlist and you have your own customization of songs that you like, usually you're going to freaking beat a dead horse. You're going to keep playing that song. You're going to add it to your party mixed playlist. You're going to add it to your driving playlist. I think we are having all those options and different vibes and different sounds. It allows for people to take those singles and implement them into different kind of vibes and different playlists that works with who they are. So then you're getting more plays. Mm-hmm. So if you have like the turn up vibe, you have like the more lovey-dovey side, if you have like the one with like, if you have a guest that's like Lil Uzi, if you have Metro Boomin producing a lot, like it allows you to make multiple playlists. And when you have like those multiple playlists, then you'll have multiple plays, which is multiple streams, which then go platinum.
Yeah.
So I think that's why.
I think it's why too. I think it's genius. I also think if you're gonna put out that level of work as far as from a body, it better be fire.
Yeah.
Like, cause you set yourself and you set yourself up. But number one, outside of doing that, but number two, I think, how do you top that though? Like, cause now you almost build that need from a fan perspective. It's like, yo, last album you gave me 55 records. I need 75 records now.
Better, you might as well make an audiobook.
Like I wonder, how do you top that? As an artist, you're always trying to top it. And I know for the Migos, they're talking about putting out a double album, which to me, this is kind of already a double album. But
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Erin's not checking for it.
I'm not checking for it. Just tell me what the top singles are. Honestly, they got to start moving into more like music videos that feel like cinematic movies or storylines. Like with Lemonade and even 444. I feel like that.
I like that.
That's when I can go and listen to a project that's 24. Because if it's something that's visually stimulating and you hear the audio and it's like a storyline, then I can sit through it. They don't make sense. But you're right. You want me to listen to 24 Migos songs, which some sound the same. I'm good. I'm good. Just tell me which ones are the best ones, and I'll listen to those. Just tell me the best ones, or I'll read a DJ Booth review, which is what I did too. Or I waited for DJ Booth to do the review. I went through and saw which ones were the best songs, and then I was like, oh, okay. After I listened to I went through like 8 songs, and I was like, all right, I gotta stop. And then I went through DJ Booth, and I'm like, all right.
I haven't listened yet. I listened to what was like 3-4 songs or whatever. It's a lot of music to digest, and especially my thing is that it does all sound. I get that's how the music chronologically makes sense and it flows. There's a method to that, but I look for different variations of records. I look for things to be different. I want to hear introspection. I know I'm probably never gonna get that from the Migos.
Yeah.
But I just think that in this day and age, that's where artists' minds are. Let me put out mad records. It boosts me up and it puts me in an upper echelon of artists and hopefully can usher me into getting some awards and so on and so forth.
Or have some like crazy shit with it. Like if you play the song, if you play it from the top of the album to the bottom, it has one vibe. And then if you do from the bottom to the top, it has another vibe. And then you realize, oh, one song production, if you flip it, it's another song like with J. Cole did. And it's just like, if you do those things, then I would be kind of like more intrigued and interested in like going through that whole album. But like if you just do 24 singles and it's just, you know, there's nothing that's unique entirely. And not saying that like the Migos aren't unique, but like if it's not, the setup and how it's structured is not different or very distinguished, then I just can't.
Yeah.
I got a short attention span. I got too many things to do.
Word.
Like maybe I'll listen to it when I'm doing laundry. That's like a good hour 30 minutes.
Well, if we're going to talk about listening to things, are you checking for this Lonzo Ball fire mixtape dropping soon?
Oh my gosh.
LA? Huh? What's up, man? Big Baller Brand soundtrack coming soon.
Yeah, I can't believe he's having his first rap concert in Lithuania. Yo, they're literally taking over that country. Yo, it's so crazy. Performing his first one ever rap concert and playing professional basketball, and his brothers are playing over there, and now his dad LeVar Ball is coaching his brothers. Yo, they just infiltrated that entire area. I
ain't gonna lie, his little brothers is getting busy over there. Have you been seeing what they're doing?
Yeah, they've actually gotten better. At first I was like, ew.
Yeah, the first 2 games I was like, their recent games, like it's almost like they really even it's not even fair. It's almost like putting like a high schooler against like grammar school. Like it's not fair. It's really not fair.
Oh my gosh, yo! Oh, and his dad's giving out an award for Hip Hop Act of the Year at the Lithuanian Grammys.
Wait, Lithuania has the Grammys?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh snap!
Wait, is that his music? Oh shit.
He got
Lonzo
music.
Already got a music video.
Yo. You know what? Fire. Hey. Kudos.
Fire.
Multiple revenue streams. And
fire.
You got your own brand. You're getting
big baller brand. Not just a brand. Big baller brand.
Big baller brand.
Yeah, I said pause. Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about? Big baller brand. It's not like you're saying big balls. It's just big baller.
God damn it, Erin. No. Fuck.
Oh my gosh. A baller can be making money.
Yeah. So look, what's up? How do you feel about this? Now we know a lot of rappers that have or ball players that have made their attempt at rapping. You have Shaq, who I think can rap. He gets busy. Ahmad Shumpert. You have a few different artists or rappers that are venturing
Damian
off
Lillard.
and Damian Lillard. Hell
he's nice.
Yeah, he definitely is nice. They're all trying to dip their hand in this pot of hip hop. How do we feel about Lonzo's career? Mind you, I haven't heard any bars. I don't know what he does. He's from LA. He's a Laker. I support the Lakers, so naturally I'm supporting him. With that said, I'm keeping it a buck, man. He just started to get right with the Lakers. He just started to really play ball. I don't want him to lose his focus.
Yeah.
I don't want him to lose his focus. I don't know if I'm checking for a Lonzo Ball project, and I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay, here are a few things. One, I think he'll be all right. If you think about it, like, he's constantly had pressure on him. So, like, I don't think he's going to be easily distracted. Because he could have been easily distracted by all the attention that came with him being drafted and his dad and everything like that. So if he can handle all of that crap, I think he'll kind of be fine with this.
I concur. I think he was distracted in the beginning of the season. I think that's why he had a rough start to the season. I think a lot of the off-court shit started to fuck with him, and then he kind of got into a groove where he was like, all right, let me just figure it out.
Or it's just him gelling with the team too. Like, that's, I mean, look at it. If you look at, for example, the Pacers, at one point the Pacers, like, oh my God, they're abysmal. But now, like, they started to get their groove later on in the season because it's just, you had players that are new and you got to get used to each other. And they have a good amount of rookies and young players playing too. So it's a combination of that. Like, so I just think, get yours, boo-boo. Get yours. If you need to go rap to get that extra revenue, go ahead. But also, it's kind of smart, though, because, like, if you think about it, you're popular in the States, but then if you do music and you're involved outside into other countries, then you can become more worldwide known. Maybe not being worldwide known as being the best player ever, but for what you and your family are doing.
Diversify.
So, yeah, it diversifies. So, listen, if I could play in the NBA and have a rap project and have my own clothing brand and sneaker brand and all that stuff.
But it's not just any sneaker brand.
The big baller brand.
It's a big baller brand.
The big baller brand.
Big baller brand. So his rap name is Zoe.
Yeah.
Fire.
Zoe.
His first single is entitled Mellow Ball 1. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
Mellow
that. I like Zoe. Zoe's cool.
Mellow Ball 1.
Yeah,
sounds like a mixtape.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm rolling with that.
Like a basketball highlight mixtape. Mellow Ball 1.
It sounds like the record that would be played on NBA Streets. Do you remember NBA Streets?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's what it sounds like when you're in the waiting screen. Yeah, it sounds like you when you're in the waiting screen. That's what happens.
Oh my gosh, that is funny.
I guess more to come with this. I don't really have a take on it. I think it is dope though what they're doing. They're really trying to dabble into every sort of business, be it sneakers, ball playing, music, coaching, management, artist development. Now I'm assuming his father is going to have a stake in his musical career, maybe. I don't know. But I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing. And I like that they're keeping it in the family. I'm very big on that.
Hey, like I said, do you. If I had the opportunity to do all these things, heck yes, I would have been doing it.
Yeah.
Brandon, we got to drop our own project.
Word. What we gonna call that shit?
I don't know. We gotta think of.
I don't know.
Well, you already got your name. I gotta figure out mine. I think I'm gonna go with Lady E.
Lady E?
Yeah.
There's already a lady. Well, you could kind of do that. You're better than that. Come on, her. You're a creative strategist. You're better than that. Come on.
No, because it's a little classy.
Oh my God.
You gotta have a little of that. You gotta have a little of that
Erin,
classiness
you have
to it.
cornrows in right now. You have cornrows.
What? Stop. There's a braids. I ain't got no cornrows.
You're set up for success. What? No, you have set up. You're set up for success as a rapper.
Oh man.
You can't be Lady L with cornrows.
Fine. You want me to be so creative? I'm just gonna go with little something.
You can be a little. You can be a little.
Let me think.
Little Twisty
I feel like rappers when they
Little Twisty First.
Oh my gosh.
Fire.
Little Twisty First. Yeah, I feel like with some rappers when they're doing their names, they just kind of look around and be like, all right, what do I say? Little Tree. Little Lotion. Little Gold Bond.
Little Twisty First is a wild rap.
Yeah, but I have to like have some crazy ass like braids and twists with like colors and like
I was gonna say you gotta dye
a bird's nest in it and stuff. Do some like crazy ass stuff, and then instead of like having tattoos on my face, I'll do like those kids.
Yeah, the stamps.
The stamps.
Yeah, that's fire.
Oh, maybe I'll do. Oh my God, remember when Fruit Roll-Ups used to have like those fake tattoos at yours? That's what I need to do.
Fire. I think we on to something.
We on to something. Oh man, but stay tuned. We're gonna be dropping. Listen, you guys think we're joking? We're gonna drop something one day.
Oh no, bars is coming.
We're gonna drop something one day.
I'm telling you, bars is coming.
It's gonna be funny.
Y'all gonna be surprised too.
It's gonna be funny
as
heck. Oh man, maybe we gotta go. We gotta perform over there too.
Lithuania.
Maybe
you think we can get booked?
Let's send our mixtape. Let's drop a link, a SoundCloud link in his Twitter account. Be like, Zoe, we got that fire.
If we do that, on my rider is I want a pair of those sneakers, and I want them that day. I don't want you to ship them out to me.
Is that part of like the transaction?
Yeah. That's on my rider. It's on my list of requests as an artist. I want a pair of Big Baller brand shoes.
I just want money. Just give me that.
Well, you figure they're selling. Well, for the people that have actually received their sneakers, they're flipping for about $4,000 to $5,000. I need in on that. Need in on that. Hey, Lonzo, baby, I'm here. Holla at me. Holla at me. Just send me a pair.
You need that opening act.
Yeah, man.
Killabh got everything for you. He got skits. He got
and make them yellow too.
Make them yellow. They're gonna be yellow because Lakers color. You gotta get them yellow.
Yellow sneakers. Me, Lakers. It makes sense. It makes sense. Oh my God.
Oh man. Well, this was quite an eventful podcast.
Yeah, this is an eventful podcast today.
There's just so much stuff going on. I feel like every week it's just getting busier and busier with craziness.
I love it. I want people to just keep doing stupid shit. It gives us more to talk about. Just keep fucking up. Just keep doing dumb shit.
Just keep messing up.
Keep messing up, ladies and gentlemen. But once and always and again, want to thank you guys for joining us. Always subscribe, people. Grassroots Podcast. That's on Instagram. That is on YouTube. For Twitter, it is Grassroots Pod. No cast because again we were restricted. They tried to hate on us. And then also want to also think about if you're not a member of Audio Mac, please subscribe. We do our playlists on there. You can always submit.
Yeah.
What is the contact for the artists?
It's contact grass. What is it? My God. Oh, contact grassrootspod @gmail.com for Audio Mac submissions.
Yes.
Also, please feel free to join our Grass Chat.
Yes, the Grass Chat.
It's a conversation where we can answer questions about our episodes. You can talk to us about music, anything. We also will let you guys know in advance, kind of like our exclusivity groups. You guys will know in advance certain things that we'll be doing before everyone else. So we'll put a link in the description. And subscribe to everything if you want to, and leave a comment at the bottom too.
Just be our friends and support us. How about that? Fuck all.
So let us know what you think. Just let us know what you think.
Support our shit, all right?
Oh my gosh.
I'm Brandon Killabh, y'all.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
And we out. Little Twizzy first.
Yeah.
Bars.
Skit.